Greetings, beautiful people, friends and family. Welcome. Welcome to Nanaba's Kitchen, y'all. I hope you are well and absolutely having a fantastic day. We have on the menu today a hearty vegetable broth to pack a punch of flavor into your savory dishes. If you are vegan or vegetarian, this is a love letter to you. You will definitely, absolutely, hands down, love this broth. And to my meat lovers, my pescatarians, this will work for you as well. So I am preparing my mirepoix, a culinary term for three key ingredients one must have in any broth: your onion, your carrots, and also your celery. And all three of those ingredients have joined a bundle of parsley in the roasting pan, and I've just also cut open one bulb of garlic and added it. Now here is some fennel. I'm going to add the root as well as the fronds, which have a lot of flavor in them. That will give us that licorice flavor we want here. And that licorice flavor is an amplifier and unifies all the other flavors in there and makes it all the more special. I've added some spring onions and I'm working now on my red bell pepper, which will bring us that sweetness we absolutely want in here and also improve the color. Now I'm adding some Anaheim peppers as well. This recipe is tried and it's true. You will totally agree when you try it. Now I have some leeks. You just cannot have enough onion essence in your vegetable broth. I cut them into large rings and I'm going to clean them out because leeks are a root plant and they have dirt in them. You have to clean them out. And this is an excellent way of cleaning them out. So after cutting them into rings, put them in some water and separate the rings just like so. And then when done with that, add a little bit of flour, just about a tablespoon. The flour has density, and so it carries or pushes down the dirt right into the bottom of that bowl. Once you're done with that, rinse them out one more time with clean water, and voila, your leeks are squeaky clean. Next step, we're going to season with some salt. Yes, your fresh produce are all prepped. That's it, y'all. So season with some salt and add some crushed black pepper to the flavors here. And the salt plays that important role of bringing the natural sugars in your vegetables to the forefront. And the roasting is essential. You must have it in here. It's indispensable. All right, because the ingredients become sweetened, and that is a flavor you need in your vegetable broth. Now I've drizzled on some olive oil that will also help with the roasting evenly throughout. All right, so give it a stir with your hands, just coat everything evenly, and into the oven it goes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to roast these until they are perfectly evenly roasted. I did take them out and I gave them a stir because we have quite a few layers of fresh produce in here. So I threw it back into the oven after 10 minutes of roasting. Roasted it for another 10 minutes. And we'll continue repeating this procedure until all the vegetables in there have received a fair amount of caramelization. And then we are done with the roasting. And the roasting took about 40 minutes for me. Again, what you're looking for is caramelization throughout. And a little bit of char is absolutely welcome because that is equal to more flavor, y'all. Yes, smokiness, yeah, you need that in there. So now you're going to transfer everything into a stock pot. Now take a look at this sneak peek of what to expect next. The broth that has already formed is flavor loaded and you can see it. Now I've added some bay leaves. I have a 12-quart stock pot. Wow, that's a tongue twister. All right, and I'm adding some white peppercorns. And you may substitute those with any kind of peppercorns you have. Black, red, green, whichever kind will work. Now I'm filling the pot up with hot water from the tap, just so that I don't shock the temperature that's already in the vegetables. which will take you back to square one where we don't want to be. And I'm going to set it on medium heat. I'm not going to cover this pot at all. It will come to a boil, and as soon as it comes to a boil, I will turn the heat down to the lowest heat setting and then continue with a gentle simmering until the contents are reduced to about 1/3 the way down the pot. And that is what you need to do to concentrate these flavors in here. Take a look at the broth that is forming. It is now sweetened, and you'll have a little bit of a background smokiness. Just look at that color. Whoever thought that vegetables could be this rich? Yes? Please give this recipe a shot. You will not regret it. And you know what's great about this recipe is you can tweak it anyhow you want. You can add cabbage, for instance, which gives it a really special flavor. I just didn't have any today, but I've made it with cabbage before as well, and it was so good. Cabbage is delicious, y'all. So try that too. You'll love it. Now I'm just draining the broth out of the produce after everything is cooled down. And yes, the vegetables don't get thrown away. I'm going to blend them up, and I'm going to use it also when I make some stews or soups. It is a great way to thicken your stews and soups, and it also brings volume. Now look at the color of that broth again. Absolutely to live for. I am so in love with this recipe, and I hope you all, whether you're a vegetarian, vegan, or a meat lover or a pescatarian, I know you'll find this broth quite useful and practical. I portioned them out. They are now cooled down into these 16-ounce spill-proof and airtight containers, and into the freezer they go for storage. You can also store it in your fridge if you're going to use it sooner. All right. Now you can also portion them into ice cube containers if you want smaller portions as well. Now these here, I'm going to blend them up right now. And those will also go into the freezer. I'll portion them out into Ziploc bags, and they will be very useful when I make my next stew or soup. Perfect. Nothing went to waste. And this in itself is very flavorful. Hey friends, thank you so much for joining us today here in the Nabis Kitchen. I hope you found some inspiration and learned a thing or two. I appreciate you always, and I hope that you're making it a great year and having fun, especially in that kitchen. See you pretty soon on my next one.